Okay, so here we are, and today we're talking about my plan to help families who have autistic children. Okay, now yesterday I was talking to you about how to help families who have autistic children, and today I'm talking to you about what my goals are and what my plan is. So, my thing is this: we got to deal with what the real issue is regarding autism. So what do I mean by that? The thing is that everybody is talking about, what causes it. We need to figure out what the cause is because the rates keep going up. But I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. And this is the thing. The people who already have children with autism, the cause actually at this point doesn't matter because they already have it. The cause does matter because we need to find out what the cause is so we can prevent it in children who are not born yet, right? But for the people who already have autism, they already have autism. So at this point, what's happening is the behaviors are being treated, right? So think about it. You know, the kids are diagnosed with autism, or you have these adults with autism, and they are seeing their behaviors. And so the behaviors are being treated. But if we can figure out what the underlying issue is behind the behaviors, doesn't that make more sense? Doesn't it? It's like going to the doctor and they're like, you have high blood pressure. Here's some blood pressure medication. Now, a bunch of you guys probably heard me say that and thought, well, what's the problem? That's not the way I talk to I'm not okay with going to the doctor and them taking my blood pressure and thinking, oh, well, since your blood pressure is high, since your blood pressure has been high, here's some medication. I'm not okay with that. I don't think you should be either. Because the doctor will justify it and say, well, I mean, you're 50. So, or they'll say, well, I mean, you might be, they might look at the scale because, they have you sit on the scale, stand on the scale. Or they might say, well, you're African American or you're whatever. You know what I mean? They'll justify it. And they'll say, well, I mean, that's the way it is. Here's some medicine. And you might say, okay, I'm not okay with that. My thinking is, what is causing, to me, there's a reason why I have high blood pressure. It can't just be because I'm 50. It can't. I mean, it could be. It could be just because I'm 50. But can we do a little bit of digging under the surface? Can we? Can we kind of look up my diet? Maybe Teray is eating a little bit too much fried chicken. Maybe Teray is putting a little bit too much Lowry's on stuff. Maybe Teray has a salt problem. Maybe it's a high sodium situation. Maybe Teray can make some adjustments so that the blood pressure isn't so high. Do you see what I'm saying? So to look at a child with autism and say, this is their behavior, we need to address the behavior. There are sometimes, a lot of times, some underlying things behind. We have to go behind the scenes a lot of times. And that's how I addressed my son when he was younger. I looked at the situation like, okay, he has autism. I can't cure it. I can't fix it. I can't even necessarily change his behavior. But if I can look at what's going on under the surface and behind the behavior, maybe if I can maybe make some adjustments, it might help him in the long run. And you know what? It did. Hassan wasn't so high functioning whenever he was 5. Not so much so. Not what I'm what not based on what I'm realizing now and looking at other children. And based on some other higher functioning children, he wasn't as severely autistic whenever he was that age, but he wasn't as high functioning either. So what am I going to do? I have created, and I'm excited about it, a 5-part series that I'm going to do. And I'm going to talk about what's behind the behaviors. I'm going to talk about what's happening in the brain, and I'm going to talk about why it's happening. Right? Because there's some stuff going on. Those parents who have children with autism, sometimes you're just like, what is going on? There are times whenever your child is upset, they're tantruming, they're doing things, and you're like, why? Why is this happening? There are people, parents in these autism groups on Facebook that I'm in, and they're like, I don't know why my child, there are times when my child is tantruming or they're unconsolable, and I just want to help my child, but I don't know how to. And there are times when I can help parents understand what's happening in the brain. If you understand what's going on with them mentally or in their body, then you can help your child. You can't help them if you don't know what's happening. And as a parent, my son is 20, he's going to be 26 in a couple months. I figured it out. I did. I figured it out. I figured out what the root, the underlying definition. A root is usually the underground part of a plant body. Underground. You can't see it. So what's happening is, as people, as parents, as caregivers, as teachers, we are seeing the manifestation of something that's happening underground. Like an iceberg. We see an iceberg, and that's just the tip, but we don't see the large mass underneath. There's a whole lot going on underneath that parents don't recognize. They don't realize what's happening. Definition: an underlying support. There are so many things happening to support or cause that behavior. There are things happening before you even see it. And by the time you see it as a caregiver, as a parent, as a bystander, it's like, what is this? And because for us, it's not accepted or normal behavior, it's uncomfortable for the rest of us, and we don't know how to deal with it. Right? It's an essential core. Essential. What's essential is that we learn how to navigate that route. Okay? So some of the things in the root causes in that essential core are sensory issues, socialization issues, and environmental issues. Maybe you heard these things before, but I can almost guarantee when I break it down, you haven't heard it like this. And when I tell you that it worked for my son, listen, a 5-part series I'm going to do, not next week, but the week after next. Monday, April 14th through Friday, April 18th. Okay? Same time, same place. And I'm going to break down what I did for my son. Free, no Zoom link, no, I don't need your email, free. I'm so committed to parents learning this. This is the thing. At this point, autism is an epidemic. Okay? 20 years ago, when my son was diagnosed, I don't know what the statistics were. I'm going to look it up. We're going to talk about that next week, about what the statistics are now and versus what they were. But now it's getting worse. Okay? But the thing is that what do we do about it? We need to figure out what the causes are, and we're going to talk about that at some point. But right now, the parents and the families that are suffering with not being able to get their child what they need, and this is the thing. While people are trying to control behaviors in autism with medications and behavioral therapy and all this stuff, the doctors don't have any answers. The schools don't have any answers. The teachers don't have any answers. And the parents are struggling and left to deal with all of it. And they don't have any answers either. And they don't know what to do. And as a parent who has been doing this for over 20 years, and when I tell you I've had success, my son, successful. Why wouldn't I share this with people? Why? The doctors don't know. Medication might work for a while, but it's like putting a band-aid on a broken leg. Okay? Why are doctors giving blood pressure medicine when all you have to do is deal with the root, which is, increased salt and sodium intake. You know what I mean? I don't know, but maybe you're okay with taking, three blood pressure medications when all you have to do is make an adjustment to your diet. Maybe you want to just keep taking the high sodium, foods into your body. Maybe that's what you want to do. Maybe as an autism parent, you want to just keep doing the Band-Aid solutions, but I can assure you most parents don't. Okay? So I'm excited about it. I feel like it's going to help a lot of parents. I feel like a lot of parents are happy with what they're doing. Listen, if what they're doing is great, this isn't for them. This is for the parents who are like, listen, we tried everything. Or it's for the parents who are like, this is a new diagnosis and I don't want to go and do what everybody else is doing. I don't want my child to have medication. I don't want to, do all the things. We don't have access to the programs. We don't want to be on a 7-year waiting list for all the therapies. We want to do what works. We want to talk to parents who have gone through all the things, and we want to see what works for our child. I'm doing the series. It's called The Root of Autism. 5-part series right here. So do me a favor and like this video for me. Share this video, and I'm going to have some information regarding this on my Facebook page for anyone who wants to join me. Again, those dates are Monday, April 14th through Friday, April 18th, and I'm excited about it. I know it's going to bless a lot of people, a lot of families, and a lot of children. All right? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Have a great weekend.